You ought to
carry me back,
yeah, to
old Virginia.
That's where the cotton.
Hello everyone, my name is Michelle Otima and I will be reporting to you live on AAH News. Today we will navigate our way through the different trails on which African American slaves found freedom.
Do you know the Underground Railroad was not actually a railroad that slaves traveled on? It was a secret system developed to aid fugitive slaves on their escape to freedom. Underground Railroad Path to Freedom. According to Wilbur H. Sibert, in the Underground Railroad from Slavery to Freedom, this term was secretly engaged in helping fugitive slaves to reach different places with security in free states and in Canada. According to Levi Coffin and William Still, in Fleeing for Freedom, the Underground Railroad, which operated in the United States from late in the 18th century until the early years of the Civil War in the 1860s, was an informal, constantly changing network of routes over which fugitive slaves were passed along, often at night, from borders and southern states to Canada or to free states. Runaway slaves were helped in an organized way before 1830, but there was no widely recognized name for this activity. When trains were introduced in the United States in 1830, the steam engine and the rail line connecting cities and towns began to capture the American imagination, and those running the mostly secret operation for helping slaves escape began to adopt railroad terminology, using such terms as passenger, depot, station, ticket agent, station master, and conductor.
The origin of the term Underground Railroad is enveloped in many myths, but one often repeated story involves a slave named Tice Davids who in 1831 ran away from Kentucky to Ohio. The escapee was closely followed by his master, and when Davids reached the river, he jumped in and swam into Ripley, where there were several abolitionists. David's owner took some time to locate his skiff, and by the time he had made it across the river, Davids had escaped. The Kentucky slave owner then thought, the nigger must have gone off on an underground railroad.
One of the consequences of the Underground Railroad is the Fugitive Slave Act of 1793, which was signed into law on February 12th by President George Washington. This law put fugitive slaves at risk for being recaptured for the rest of their lives.
The term conductor was used to describe free individuals who helped fugitive slaves to travel along the Underground Railroad. These conductors also provided food and offered their homes as a temporary way station. A few names of these conductors are John Parker, Reverend John Racken, Harriet Tubman, and Jonathan Walker, who was a sea captain.
In the chorus of Follow the Drinking Gourd, it refers to a gourd fruit which would be dried and then hollowed out. It will then be dipped into water and used as a water container. This referred to the Big Dipper and the North Star.
Follow the drinking gourd, follow the drinking gourd, for the old man is a-waiting for to carry you to freedom. Follow the drinking gourd. When the sun comes back and the first quail calls, follow the drinking gourd, for the old man is a-waiting for to carry you to freedom. Just follow the drinking gourd.
Follow the drinking gourd. Follow the drinking gourd. Hey, are you on? Hello everybody. Did you know that African Americans use songs to navigate their way to freedom?